All right, let's just dive right in. Welcome to this explainer, which is really designed to make absolutely sure your upcoming visit to the ASE Semiconductor Penang facility is safe and, completely incident-free. Whether you're stepping onto a manufacturing floor for the very first time, or you're a seasoned industry veteran, understanding a site's specific safety protocols is absolutely non-negotiable. Historically speaking, pretty much every single rule we're going to cover today was written because of a past industrial incident. So today we're breaking down the official visitor safety induction for ASE Semiconductor, really looking at how decades of manufacturing history are what keep you safe right now. Their highest priority is your safety, so let's get you totally prepared before you even step foot through those factory doors.
Here's the roadmap for our explainer today. We're going to cover arrival and registration, required PPE, essential site rules, common hazards, emergency response, and finally, environmental responsibility. Let's get into it.
Section 1. Arrival and registration.
So, getting authorized to enter the facility is a strict three-step procedure. First up, you absolutely have to register at reception. No exceptions here. The facility literally needs to know exactly who is in the building at all times. Second, once they hand you that visitor badge, you've got to wear it visibly. Tucking it into your pocket or leaving it in a bag, that completely defeats the purpose. If we look back, strict badging and escort rules were really born out of the 1980s tech boom, mostly to prevent corporate espionage and to make sure nobody accidentally wandered into dangerous, highly controlled clean rooms. Which brings us to the third step: you must stay with your host for your entire visit and stick strictly to authorized areas. A modern semiconductor facility is incredibly complex, so wandering off, just not an option.
Section 2. Required PPE. All right, before you even think about stepping onto that manufacturing floor, you have a non-negotiable wardrobe to equip. You're required to wear safety shoes. Got to protect your feet from anything heavy dropping. You need safety glasses for your eyes, obviously. And because this is a highly sensitive semiconductor environment, an ESD coat, that stands for electrostatic discharge coat, is mandatory. These coats actually revolutionized semiconductor manufacturing by stopping that microscopic static damage that used to just plague early microchips. Finally, a hair cover is required to keep up those strict cleanroom standards. Now keep in mind, this is just the baseline gear. Depending on the exact area you're visiting, you might need additional protective equipment, so always follow the posted safety signs and whatever instructions your host gives you.
Section 3. Essential Site Rules. Okay, now that you're all geared up and walking the floor, there are some very clear behavioral guidelines you have to follow. And the contrast here between what's expected and what's absolutely forbidden is pretty stark. On the do side, you must stick to designated walkways. Those are clearly marked out for your own protection. You've got to keep emergency exits clear, follow all the safety signs, and hey, if you see something that looks unsafe, you are fully empowered to report it right away. But on the flip side, the restrictions are intense. Absolutely no smoking, no photography, which is a legacy rule they strictly enforce to protect trade secrets. No horseplay, because, industrial environments require serious focus. And above all else, do not touch the equipment. That rule comes directly from a history of delicate, literally million-dollar machinery getting easily thrown out of calibration by just one misplaced hand.
Section 4. Common hazards.
Even if you're following the rules perfectly, you've got to stay hyper-aware. The hazards present in a facility today are really the culmination of a modern industrial revolution, right? It's a place where human foot traffic has to safely coexist with automated machinery and powerful chemicals. So keep your head on a swivel for moving vehicles, especially forklifts zooming past at pedestrian crossings. You're also going to be walking near chemical handling areas and heavy electrical equipment. Make sure to watch your step for wet or slippery floors, particularly during maintenance. And honestly, the cleanroom environments themselves present their own unique navigational challenges. Basically, just stay completely alert and follow your escort's instructions at all times. They know this environment like the back of their hand, so trust their guidance.
Now, this brings us to a critical historical reality of pretty much any factory. Emergencies happen. So what should you do if the emergency alarm sounds? It's the one critical question you need the exact answer to before you ever actually need it.
Section 5. Emergency response.
Evacuation is absolutely not about panicking. It's a calm, step-by-step process. Step 1. Stop whatever you're doing immediately. Step 2. Leave the building using the nearest safe exit. Just follow those green signs. And a really crucial detail here. You must completely avoid using elevators during an evacuation. Just stick to the stairs. Step 3. Head directly to the designated assembly point outside. And Step 4. Await instructions. These 4 steps, stop, exit, assemble, wait, they're the global gold standard, refined over a century of industrial safety history. You just have to follow the directions of the emergency response team and never, under any circumstances, go back into the building until they give the official all clear.
Section 6. Environmental Responsibility.
Beyond just your personal physical safety, ASE requires all visitors to actively participate in environmental protection. This is really the modern chapter of industrial history. We're moving far away from the heavy pollution of the 20th century to today's strict zero-waste, sustainable cleanroom standards. You can help protect the environment simply by disposing of your waste correctly. The facility is set up with specific waste segregation and recycling bins, and it's your responsibility to use them to keep the workplace spotless and green. You see, industrial hygiene isn't just about preventing accidents anymore, it's about minimizing the entire footprint of the facility. And as a visitor, you play a direct role in that mission.
Which really brings us to the core philosophy of the entire site. Together, we can keep everyone safe. This idea of shared responsibility represents a massive historical shift. We've moved away from the old days of strict management-only safety enforcement. Instead, it's transformed into a culture where every single employee, contractor, and visitor is an active participant in keeping the building secure. If you have any questions at all during your visit, or if you're just not sure about a specific rule, always ask your host or an environmental health and safety rep. When it comes to safety, never just guess.
So take a second to review these mental steps. From wearing your visitor badge visibly and throwing on your safety glasses and ESD coat, all the way to knowing your exact evacuation route and keeping your hands off the equipment. Guaranteeing a zero-incident visit starts entirely with your preparation. You are now a part of this facility's ongoing history. Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Now I'll leave you with this. Will you be the one who upholds decades of safety innovation today, or the one who ignores it? Stay safe out there.